your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Once again, Tom and I get together to help you understand money. We want you to get money right. We want you to manage it better. We want you to make more of it. We want you to stop doing dumb things. We want people to stop ripping you off. We want you to become a better money manager. So, hi, everybody. I am Don McDonald in the Florida studio still. Tom, back in Bellevue, Washington. He rarely leaves unless it's to go hide out in Mexico from the authorities. And that's a joke.
That's why I have my Bitcoin.
It's a joke. It's joking. He's not a criminal.
Joke. I do actually go to Mexico,
he does
among
go to
other
Mexico.
places, but it's not to hide from anyone.
And he's not a criminal anymore. He's had all that expunged.
Never convicted is what we like to say. Never convicted.
Which leads me to the topic. It
yeah.
does. That
Talk
actually
about
leads
your
me
segue.
in.
That's
this
perfect.
is so great. This is so great. Whenever the Securities and Exchange Commission investigates a firm and gets some sort of a settlement from them, almost every single time, the firm says that they agree to pay a whole bunch of money and stop doing the bad things that they did, although they don't admit or deny guilt.
I wish they would. I wish they would fix that law. That is so outrageous that people can. There's a plea that you can use that's similar. I forget the name.
No contest.
Yeah, and that's not there's another name for it. Anyway,
nolo contendere.
Yeah, there's another name for it, but you can do that.
Nolo gobo.
Where you can
gobo,
do that.
Bozo the clown.
And say, the assumption is, I might have been convicted, but I'm going to go ahead and just, spend my 2 days on work release. Ridiculous.
The reason I mention that is because in the past year or so, the SEC is actually cracking down on something that we have been mentioning, I don't know, for years and years and years and years, and they just went, oh, I guess this is a problem. And that is people who call themselves financial advisors, or even worse, investment advisors, because under the Investment Advisor Act of, I think it's 1940, you're required as an investment advisor to act as a fiduciary. In other words, you have to do what's in your client's best interest. And the SEC has discovered that some of these financial advisors and investment advisors are charging their clients an annual fee to manage their money, and then are putting them in high cost, either front load or back load or sideways loaded mutual funds, which is illegal.
And they're getting revenue. They're getting revenue sharing. I thought that was all done, over, fixed, goodbye, flush down the toilet. No, turns out I could put you in this type of fund that has no commissions, low expense ratio, or I could put you over in this one. It's very similar fund, but it charges more because guess what? They're sneaking money out of the back of it and putting it in my pocket. This is an outrage, truly.
When billions of dollars are at stake, people will find a way to get around the regs and the rules. They'll twist, they'll contort, they'll play games, they'll manipulate, they'll obfuscate, they'll do all the cating. And it requires regulation. This is why regulation is necessary, because people cheat. Even your neighbor, who's the insurance guy or the financial advisor or the bigwig money manager, even that guy or gal cheats. Maybe.
And big names. I mean, Kestra paying a $10 million fine. Of course, as you said, admitting nothing.
Yeah, dropping the bucket to Kestra.
Right.
What do they manage? $35 billion?
$35 billion. That's correct. Yeah. So $10 million to them. Hate to say it, sounds like a lot of money, but folks, it really isn't when you manage 35. Let me tell you the problem as I see it from a practitioner's point of view, where you come and visit us or you call me and you say, can you look at our portfolio just to make sure that it kind of makes sense and everything? Sure. Glad to do that. We still do. Lead to some great conversation, truly great part of my life. But here's the general problem. Number one, the relationship in these cases often starts because of an affinity of some kind, whether it's church, brother-in-law, friend of friend. I see this many times. So you already say, that important word that all the financial advising community wants to hear, trust. I trust them because I know them through a community activity. I know them because my brother-in-law. I know them because, well, my friend of a friend, great guy, never would do anything bad to me. And by the way, that person might not, but the institution might do it because there are bad institutions. Kestra they can say whatever they like. That's a bad institution. The fact that they would go ahead and do this knowingly, and as you said, Don, it's the price of doing business. They do that. So affinity, I see that. It happens regularly. I'm not saying every brother-in-law is doing you wrong, but it's a potential. How do you fix that? Well, we've talked about this on the show. You have to use a fee only, 100% fiduciary. And I know in this case they said they were, right?
Yeah, they did. They were charging a fee.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem, is that even if you're pretty sure you're doing the right thing, some of these people they will lie to you. They will lie, and then they just have to disclose it in something no one is ever going to read. I was looking up Wells Fargo management for somebody.
Yeah.
Was it Wells Fargo? Maybe it wasn't Wells Fargo.
UBS.
Oh, that's it. It was it was Canada. RBC. Royal Bank of Canada. Yeah. Sorry, Wells Fargo. I know
UBS.
I know we beat you up regularly, but not today.
You get a break.
UBS, no, not you guys. Not U or B or S. You should change your name when you think about that.
I don't like that name. I would hate to work there, but anyway, that's all other thing.
RBC. It was RBC. RBC.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody wanted me to read their ADVs to find out how they were being charged. And I spent hours going through hundreds of pages. What is our ADV for Appella Investory?
It's like
30 pages
or something. No, it's less than that.
Oh, it's less than that.
Yeah.
This was tiny. Hundreds of pages. I finally found it. The maximum charge they could charge was 3% per year for their fee-only business.
They can charge you 3% on the assets they manage?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Up to 3%. Well, it actually stated, though, in the chart, 2.5% up to $25 million. And
you run that number. If you give them even $10 million, that is outrageous, by the way. Outrageous.
But what was funniest about their ADV is that there were dozens of pages of required disciplinary disclosures, hundreds of millions of dollars in fines. And yet, we never admitted or denied guilt. I'm sorry, that's not Canadian. We never admitted or denied guilt, eh?
And can you throw a little cheese in there, maybe? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Bad. I could say bad things about Canada because we can't go there anymore. So the border is locked up. We can't get across it. You closed your doors to us. Exactly. Thank you. I used to love Vancouver,
but not anymore.
It's pretty sad.
So, the point was, you cannot believe that anybody is necessarily going to do what's right for you. So one of the things we want you to do, we absolutely want, you may not even know you're being mistreated right now by your broker/advisor. When you get home, if you're out driving or if you're home right now, go find your latest statements. You should have just gotten some.
I thought you were going to say when you go home, open the window, stick your head out and say, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. That would have been better.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Outdated Reference.
Well, that's only like a 50-year-old reference.
There's not a millennial who will know what that means.
Well, type it in on the internet.
Much less the Zeds. See, you distracted me again. Look, he did it again. Okay. Dang it. All right.
You're going to go
home. What you need to do. Go look at your statements.
Yes.
And you're going to look at the mutual funds you own. You're going to look at the list of the funds, the names of the funds, and then somewhere along the way, if it says something like Class A, Class B, or Class C, and you're paying this advisor a fee to manage your money, you should report them to the SEC because they're violating the law. They should, as a fiduciary, you should always default to the lowest cost option. Always.
And in this case, we can tell you at least 2 times here that did not happen. well, more than 2 times, but institutionally.
Just 2?
Institutionally, it didn't happen, where somebody said, you can't do that. So, by the way, yes, we'll look at the statements.
Oh, and I was going to say, then we can look at it if you want.
Yeah, because we want you to know. You do need to know. We actually have a form, too, by the way. It won't fit every situation. It won't fix it because people can still sign things and lie. But we have found that when you give this, oftentimes you give the advisor the form, and they look at it and they go, I can't sign that.
Yeah, it's called our advisor interview form. And it's 2 pages. It's really easy. It's really simple to understand. It asks some simple questions that any advisor should be able to answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has a box in which you ask them to sign that they are always acting as a fiduciary.
And we've had advisors that have run from that. They took off. We never heard from them. No, seriously.
I don't think people,
not us.
No, but I think other firms, in all the cases I've heard of, they've refused to sign it.
They look at it and say, my manager won't let me do that.
Or
the legal office
won't let us sign it.
Compliance won't let me.
Would we sign it at our firm?
Yes,
Tom?
we've signed it.
Yeah,
I have signed it
because
for people.
Guess what? You can sign something if you're telling the truth.
Mm.
See, the only reason anyone would have for not wanting to sign this is because they're lying. Pretty simple.
They won't tell you what they're going to charge you, how they're going to charge you, if they know they're getting
the other
something
answer.
On the backside.
The other answer is for you to plod through the ridiculous disclosures that are supposed to be easy to read at advisorinfo.sec.gov.
I'd rather read the Warren Commission report than read.
Oh, you should have read RBCs.
Speaking of outdated documents,
I got to tell you, the RBCs may have been the worst ADV Part 2 I've ever seen. It was really ponderous. And there are multiple ones. You don't even know for sure which program you're in.
And if we called them and said, we understand you could charge people 3%, they say, oh, yeah, that's in there. We never charge
But we never do that.
You walk in off the street and you don't know anything about this, or your mother does, or your grandmother does, I will guarantee you they will charge you the max amount because they know they can get away with it. Guarantee it. It's only if you say, wait, that seems kind of high. Oh, well, we have a program for you.
If you want somebody to look this stuff over for you, we do offer that service for free, no obligation, no pitch, no high pressure sales pitch ever. Just go to veststory.com. We here at Vestory by Appella, see, we've merged with Appella, so we're Vestory by Appella.
They're right behind me, actually.
You know, they're the guys in the other room. We have offices all over we have offices all over the country. So
we do.
You know, we can help you everywhere.
Yep.
Okay, you want a question?
I was just going to say, hit me. What do you got?
Yeah, if you have a question, go to talkingrealmoney.com. Oh, how do you get that advisor interview form? Go to talkingrealmoney.com/ what is this? Karate chopping?
I'm trying to do a slash. I need a light.
Help.
HELP. HELP.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the Beatles song? Is that an old enough reference?
I'll put that on the screen so you can see it when I do some post-production work on the video. You will not be able to see it on the audio version of this podcast.
What's our video subscriber count up to? If we hit the 500 mark?
556.
No way. We're over 500? You didn't tell. I thought that would be like a
maybe
in the morning kind of call. Oh, I knew we were in the mid 450s, but okay. You got me really excited there for a moment.
See. Oh yeah, I think we're 456.
Oh, come on, please.
Hold on. I'm looking. What day is this?
You get to see Don McDonald in the studio. Yes.
Thursday, YouTube. Yeah, 456. I'm sorry.
You get to see Don right there with 2 microphones. There's a picture behind him. He's got a plaid Al Borland shirt on. You got to see it. You got to go to YouTube. You got to sign up. Please subscribe.
You know, it's almost time for summer for NFL camps to open. So this is my Broncos colors.
Ah, very good. Yeah. See?
I'm trying to get back to my screen.
And you know what we say in the AFC West? Thank God for the Bronx, because then the Raiders have somebody to be lower than them.
Has that generally been the case lately?
This year.
Oh, this year, this is the hope for the Las
the upcoming
Vegas
campaign.
Raiders.
It's all about hope. It's the future.
It doesn't. If you had a football team in Vegas, do you think they'd actually play well? Think about it for a minute. What do you have in
distractions?
Vegas? What do you have lots of in Vegas?
Entertainment,
gambling, and drinking, and
The old
Members of the opposite sex.
That was their whole thing. That was their deal. That's what made them great back in the day. So maybe this will bring
maybe
them
they'll
back
be
to greatness. Yeah.
they'll be like the reprobates they once were in Oakland.
Exactly. A good word and an accurate one, finally, from you. I want more Stabler-esque.
Sorry,
play.
they have the wrong Davis leading them. They have bowl cut Davis instead of
Let's
kick their
not
butt
even go
Davis.
there. Let's not even go there. I don't understand the haircut thing.
Plus he's kind of just like,
yeah.
do I own a football team? Daddy
to his
gave
credit,
me
he didn't go last year because no one else could go. So we'll see him September 13th.
Go to what?
He didn't go to any of the Raider games because he said none of the fans could go, so he didn't go.
Oh, that's nice.
Or maybe he just didn't want to.
He didn't want to be on camera.
He didn't want to be watching the games,
Oh, well, that too.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, questions. Send them in at talkingrealmoney.com on the contact form. And I'm finding it. I just have to go back and. Okay, I got it. I'm going to give you two because this one's short.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hi, guys. I've been listening to your podcast for some time now. I've learned so much and I absolutely love it. I took your advice and opened a 529 account using the Utah plan. I currently have both my daughters invested in the age-based option. I recently received notice that they're converting these to target date funds. Is there really any difference in this new strategy, or is it basically the same concept? I would appreciate your insight. Thanks for all you do.
I didn't know they were changed. So everything in the age-based fund is going to a target date fund? I didn't know that.
Sounds like. Well, time you learn.
Look into that UESP.
But
I have some money for my grandkids in that plan. I haven't received any
it's my529.com.
I didn't know that. Will there be any big difference? It'll be slight, but there will be a difference, right? Because in the age-based program before, you probably had greater exposure to small, to international, et cetera. But the idea with a target date fund is that as the beneficiary gets older, you're going to have less in stocks, more in bonds, because when you start drawing that money out, you want less volatility, right? You want more of a base to it all. So,
it says here, I'm on their website. It says the age-based options have been retired.
Huh. I was not aware of that.
So they now call them enrollment date investment options as opposed to age-based.
And they are using target date funds.
Well, it doesn't say that.
See, I had not heard that, and I'm in the plan, but that doesn't mean that I didn't get something I should have.
I don't know if they've changed the name or gone to target date, but they say they've retired the age-based option, and now they call it the enrollment date option.
In a general sense, that's a very similar big picture plan.
Sounds really similar to me.
Yeah, because you're just simply moving to a lower risk portfolio. As I said, the beneficiary gets older and you draw the money out. That makes sense.
All right, I have another question from Fairfax, Virginia, or Fairfax County.
Maybe you should
it's somebody
answer
who's
this.
actually
trying to.
They're trying to out old car us.
No.
You know how we tell? I have a used Nissan.
I
have a used Honda. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Lifelong residents of Fairfax County, Virginia. My wife of over 18 years and I are in our 40s, enjoying our life together with our Shih Tzu, Molly, and Yorkshire Terrier. We have to get the dogs' names in on the podcast. Oh, Roxy, the Yorkshire Terrier. Is that a good girl? Good girl, Roxy.
I'll feed you to my 100-pound black lab if you don't mind. Go ahead.
Molly. Sorry, good girl, Molly.
That's good.
We live well within our means, driving a 2000 and a 2004 pair of Toyota Avalons. They have matching Toyota Avalons.
Now you're going to try and make us feel bad because I have a 2014 Honda Pilot? Come on.
Yeah, see? You're too
what happens when I get the Gull Wing Tesla? Then I'm going to really look bad, I guess. Huh?
I have a 2019 Rogue Nissan.
You know what? I just, as an interesting aside, because of the used car prices are literally like 50% higher than they were a year ago. It's crazy. So I went online to see what my Honda Pilot was worth in the current mileage situation.
And
$23,000. I think I paid $30,000.
You could almost buy a Tesla for that.
With one headlight?
No, you can't. You can't. Actually, I was looking on Carfax on what's the one I bought a car through? It's not Carvana.
AutoNation?
Carvana.
Okay.
And Carvana is selling used Teslas
How much?
for more than you can buy a
Yeah.
new one.
So in other words, after considering all that, I'm keeping my car.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense.
Anyway, let's go to the rest of the, well, we're not to the question yet.
Oh, yeah, we're still talking about dogs and cars. Got it.
Well, we're also setting this all up.
Okay.
We max fund retirement arrangements and employer-sponsored plans with Roth allocations. By the way, why can't employer contributions have a Roth selection for employees?
Call your
there was a
congressman.
question.
They can't because that's the law. That I don't write the law. If they change it, then they can change it. Here's okay, big picture take in your 40s. I think by the time you retire, there will only be Roth 401k. There'll be no more pre-tax, and it will all be Roth donations by employers. They'll figure all that out. That's my take. But not
all right,
today.
we continue.
Yes.
We fully fund our HSA for future use. We maintain 36 months of living expenses and cash reserves, and we live well within projected payouts of pension and Social Security benefits. We dollar cost average $1,500 monthly into Fidelity, 70/30 VTI VXUS with capital gains.
Wait, you went very fast there.
Jeez,
what are the two funds? What you went? Okay,
okay, 70/30 VTI.
Yep, got it.
And VXUS.
Okay.
We dollar cost average $2,500.
Let's not be passive aggressive on the show now, okay?
Into a Vanguard.
I can go home for that. I don't need it at work.
They dollar cost average $25,000 into monthly. They got a lot of dough into a Vanguard variable annuity with no rider. Total cost of 54 basis points.
I'd love to know why. Why?
I don't know. He didn't say.
So because they're going to have they want to have another, payout when they retire or something?
Maybe. Maybe. The product is managed by Transamerica with no surrender. He said we said bad things about annuities, and he would encourage us to review this product. It's still 54 basis points.
But why do you need it?
That's what I'm getting to. Why do you need it?
Because you sound like a great saver, a low spender. Why do you need an annuity?
Tax deferral is probably all. But remember, where you get tax deferral, you give it back at the end when you're getting taxed as income. If you have a capital gains vehicle, you can defer a lot of your gains and only pay taxes at a capital gains rate and pay 1/10 of 1% or 20% of what you're paying for this annuity. As good as it is compared to others, and it is good compared to others.
Well, yeah, because you're in Vanguard funds, very low cost.
But what's the point of it? What's the reason? Good question, Don.
I'd have to know more about your situation to say, you have to tell me why you want an annuity. Big picture, not Vanguard or anything else. Why do you want an annuity? Is it just that you want a regular payout? Don't think you need it. Saving the way you are. Pardon.
You done? We are proud of our grandfathers who were coal miners in Pennsylvania and farmers in Wisconsin and Michigan. Oh, my great-grandparents were coal miners in Colorado. Wow. They helped instill our middle-income perspectives. We are doing well and responsibly managing our resources. With the kind help of Joyce in your office, I am sharing a single-page document showing my strategy for required RMD. By eliminating RMD, I do not mean we shall not pay taxes. I mean we shall retain greater control when we access these assets for the long term after we turn 72 to 75. We are building assets to enjoy financial security. And basically, they just want to know what we're thinking of their situation.
Okay, first of all, I need to correct something I had wrong on a recent show. I did say that you could not convert Roth before 59 and a half, and I was wrong. You said you could do it anytime. So my culpa there. I was wrong. You can do it anytime.
Wow.
You can convert. So I was wrong.
I'm really impressed. So your therapy's really working now.
This is my honest day. I took 2 pills this morning. I feel fine. I'm not going to work for Kestra anymore. So what do I think? I think that you're way overthinking it is what I think. I don't think you need an annuity. I'd love to hear your rationale as to why you believe you do. Because you're going to have the 2 Social Securities, I'm assuming, and you're going to have all this post-tax money, which, as you said, you can really control when you take it, when you don't. You could build an annuity with that. You could just say, send me blank number of dollars every year from your savings. You don't need to hand it to somebody else, pay them half of 1%. It's not much, I agree, but I don't see the reason. That would be my only question of the plan.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You can get ETFs that will not distribute capital gains for as long as you hold the ETF for less than 1/10 of 1%. So remember, for the growth-oriented portion of your portfolio, which is one of the reasons for having a variable annuity, you will actually give yourself a bigger tax advantage by not owning the annuity, because all of those capital gains that would be accruing tax-free or tax-deferred in an ETF are accruing tax-deferred in an annuity, but with the ETF, they'd be taxed as capital gains in the future, which is a lower rate today. With the annuity, they'd be taxed as ordinary income. As for everything else, you have enough money that you really can just kick back when you guys retire. Any assets you don't have when you retire that aren't in Roths, you might want to be doing a lot of Roth converting. As you said, you want to get to where you have no RMDs. But otherwise, you guys are in great shape.
Take care of the dogs. Don't buy a new car. Keep saving. Exhale.
Come here, Molly. Come here. Good girl. Come on.
Okay, this went on way too long.
Hey. All right. Call us, 855-935-TALK with your questions. Send them in at talkingrealmoney.com. If you want some help with your money, go to vestory.com, vestory.com. It's free. And we really should go away. We should just go away.
A long way.
A long way away, where we can quietly sit in the corner and think about real money.
We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestory, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit talkingrealmoney.com for more information and disclosures. Are we done now?